Welcome to another Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures. As you see, I'm down here at Archery Hall of Fame in Springfield, Missouri. If you get a chance, this is just one thing that you want to make sure you take time to look at, especially the wild, wonders of wildlife also. I mean, you'll spend a day, if not 2 days, just going through that, and probably a half a day at the museum here. You're going to see a lot of folks that made a lot of difference, and that's why they're in the Hall of Fame. Just like Mike Price at Heritage Archery. One shooter, one child, one hunter at a time. My hat's off to you, Mike. This show's all about you.
Victor Chevrolet, Bass Pro Shops, and Alamocitos Ranch present Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures. Seven continents, 80 species, a 5-year quest in the making. High adventure, dangerous game, real-world training tips. This is Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures.
We have a passion for archery, but we have a passion for changing the lives of these kids first.
You know, archery is an activity that anybody can do. And all different walks of life gravitate towards archery. If you take a look, a cross-section of our club, you're going to get kids that are athletes, you're going to get kids that have never stepped on a soccer field, you're going to get kids with great backgrounds, strong families, and you're going to get kids with, you know, they don't have a lot outside of the home, but they all have one thing in common, which they, you know, they love to shoot the bow. You know, it's common to hear kids, man, I can't wait to go to archery today because it's my time away. You know, from all the stuff that happens, all the stuff outside of school or outside of their, I don't know, it's just, that's their meditation for some of the kids. When they come here to shoot, Mike's usually got some food up there on the counter. You got a couple kids working on homework, and some of the, you know, older kids in the club are helping the younger kids, and they're all kind of looking out for each other, and it's great. They love it.
You know, there's a lot of mentoring that goes on, and that's a huge thing. It's, you know, he works with them. You know, the kids trust him. They understand that he's trying to do the right thing. He's always looking out for their best interest, and he's teaching. While it's kind of subtle, and sometimes, you know, the kids might not necessarily realize what he's teaching them, but in a lot of ways, he's teaching life lessons and how to handle themselves. Not all situations are going to be, you know, terrific and rosy. It doesn't always go your way. And part of what Mike teaches these kids is how to handle that and how to move on and, you know, live to fight another day, so to speak, and be there for the good times as well. That lesson can be applied in a lot of different situations in life.
Passion he has, and it's almost a mission for him to combine his love of archery and the ability to help kids at the same time. Yeah, he's almost a father figure to some of the kids. You know, kids that either need a father figure or just need a little bit of extra support or come from a background that needs, you know, a little bit of discipline sometimes. Mike, you know, weaves the discipline of archery into their everyday lives. He tends to take on kids that wouldn't be your typical athletes and typical real popular kids in school. You know, this isn't something that's necessarily mainstream with a lot of kids that age. You know, he's really giving them an opportunity to learn and develop in a way that they wouldn't have otherwise. As far as heritage goes, at it's unbelievable what he's done with this business and with kids and the number of kids that he's got involved already. So I think it's just going to continue to multiply.
Bob Folkrod's Hunting Adventures is brought to you by these fine sponsors: Vortex, Kinatrek, Kufaru.
For everything Chevy, you need to visit Victor Chevrolet, the place where my family and I get our vehicles. With a large selection, dedicated employees, quick service, and amazing savings, I became the biggest fan of Victor Chevrolet. If you're looking for a reliable vehicle and service, look no further than my friends at Victor Chevrolet. 7200 Pittsford Victor Road, or victorchevrolet.com. Just check and see if there's room for the cup.
Closed captioning has been provided by Swarovski Optic.
Hi, I'm Mike Price, and I'm the founder of the Heritage Archery Academy. And we founded it informally in 2006. We've always had a passion for training people to shoot archery, especially the youth. And my son was coming up in the ranks as a professional archer, and I wanted to build a whole bunch of young men and women like my son. I wanted them to dominate the archery circuit. And then I started to get some kids that nobody else wanted. And they were misfits as far as the world is concerned. And we were looking at the program going, you know, man, which way do we go? So we started to teach these young people to be good people first. So that was our first set of rules that we had, is I was going to teach them to be good people first, then I was going to teach them to be archers. And it's really paid off. Now the whole program is flip-flopped. All I want is you give me all those kids that nobody else wants, and we'll teach them to be good men and women first, and then we'll teach them to be archers. Pretty much the epitome of the program is a young lady that didn't have much for herself, didn't think much of herself, and 3 years down the road, to make a long story short, she's been shooting 3 years and she just got a scholarship to go to college.
I'm a lot more social now. Definitely gonna help with college, meeting new people.
So when she decided to try archery, she realized it was about her and bettering her. You know, and it wasn't about being the best on the team. It was about, you know, just each time she got up there to do something different and better. Archery has made it where it's not about her. She is out there helping anyone she can, and, you know, shooting for them to strive and do the best they can, and that's something you don't see a lot of in school.
I want to give back. Hoyt, other sponsors, Bob Folkrod, Victor Chevy, a bunch of the guys that support this program are allowing us to give back to our community through a sport that we love and I know can change lives. So our motto going forward is changing lives one bow at a time.
If you're having a bad day, you can have a good day with the people that are around here. And Mike can cheer you up any day, or he can help you through anything, mostly archery or even just problems.
I think Mike's a wonderful guy, because you don't get that out in the real world. You don't get people to come up and say, hey, you're having a bad day, let me try and help you out. You don't get that, because he takes every kid aside if there's problems, and he'll talk to them, and they come back out, and when they start shooting, it's like automatic.
By the way, those kids that nobody else wanted, they do very well at high levels in archery. So what we've learned is if we instill good principles in them first and then teach them to shoot, they get it done. There's no question that they have all the ability and all the things and tools they need to make it happen once we're done with them at the academy.
Transportation for all of Bob Folkrod's hunting adventures is provided by Victor Chevrolet. Check them out at victorchevrolet.com. Few are those that have a more storied hunting career on video than Bob Folkrod. Legendary moments, documented in front of the unblinking camera eye for over 30 years. We bring you this week's Flashback Hunt.
What is the archery school and why do I do it? You know, that's a good question. You know, the thing is about the bow hunting school, and it's not just a bow hunting school. It's an archery school. It's an ethics school. It's learning how to go on different trips. It's learning how to survive out in the field. It's learning how to pack for a hunt. It's a lifelong lesson. I wasn't born a bow hunter. I learned this the hard way. You know, I've been doing this for 25 years, and it's my way of passing on knowledge. A lot of folks out there, so-called celebrity hunters, are afraid to pass on their knowledge, and they don't want to take time. I feel it's my duty as being a bow hunter and having you as an individual watch me on TV and read my articles to pass on education. And that's why we do it, is to pass on education. When I'm dead and gone, hopefully one of you will pick up where Bob Folkrod left off, and you will continue to pass on the education, and the right education. Bow hunting the right way, ethics the right way, and most of all, having fun.
You don't often find somebody that's as high caliber as Mike that is in this area that can teach you. You know, I was fortunate when I was younger. I got to train tennis with a gentleman who played in Wimbledon. You know, so I like to compare it to that. You have somebody that's at this level way up here that people from all around the country know, and here he is in this community. To me, training with somebody that's that high of a caliber and that can teach you, you know, the right way to do things, no matter, you know, if it's compound or, you know, recurve or whatever.
We went to Vegas for the first time this year, and she pulled her bow out of her case and goes, it's off. My rest is way off. But she knew enough, and that's another thing with Mike. He makes them so familiar with their equipment that just by looking at it, she knew. And that was her first big shoot.
Yeah. So it's a huge confidence builder for her.
Both my daughters are in the program. I have a preteen who's been in the program for 3 years now. And then I do have a 7-year-old who just started, and they both love it. My older daughter, she's she's shy and quiet and withdrawn. And so when we come through this door, you know, she's willing to be with the group and willing to stand in front of them, and it's been great to watch, and I really hope she sticks with it. And the 7-year-old is just very outgoing, very energetic, and it's just funny to see her work with Mike, because she stands and she listens and she hangs on every word, and just to watch her slow down is something we don't get to see a lot. But she's also one, you know, she'll walk in the door and make friends with anybody, but then put her up front and ask her to speak or, you know, do anything in front of people, and she shuts right down. So it's been nice to watch her interact and build on that, and, you know, I'm hoping it'll help her in school. And so, you know, giving them that base and a comfort zone is just great.
Way beyond archery, we're teaching these kids life lessons, life skills that they'll use and pass on to their children, and their children can pass it on to their children. We teach them to be responsible. We teach them to respect each other. We teach them how to act and how to put others before them sometimes, and carry themselves with confidence and not arrogance. You know, that's one of the rules. Arrogance, we have no use for arrogance, but confident, I want a good, confident young person, because that's what has changed the lives of these kids more. So it goes way beyond just teaching them to shoot an arrow downrange at a target. You know, it's a life-changing adventure for them, and it's a bunch of life skills that they learn how to treat each other. They respect themselves, so they respect others. They have confidence in themselves, so they can instill that confidence to their friends.
Mike's kids program out here is second to none. You see what he does with the kids, how enthused they get in the archery. It makes them a completely different person. They grow and become better people first before they shoot.
We've had kids that were thinking about suicide. Some of them were cutters. Some of them just didn't know what to do with themselves. They had nothing in their lives. So this gives them a purpose and a direction. We've worked with some autistic children, because archery is such a focused sport that when they singly focus on one target, it not only reflects on the way they shoot, but it reflects on the way they act. It helps them focus as an individual on individual things that they may have problems with, that their mind wanders and it wavers and it goes here. But when they focus on something singular, it helps them develop. We had one young man that was afraid of everyone. When he first came in, and this was just 5 months ago, I had to hold his bow when we first started shooting. 5 months later, he's talking to Bruce, he's talking to myself, my son, he talks to Mr. Folkrod. He talks to people now. So what's happened is he's more comfortable in society. He's not as afraid. And again, it's confidence. But he's built confidence in himself, confidence that nobody's going to harm him here with his friends. And that'll just relate to help him in the future.
He was diagnosed with autism when he was about 3 years old. And he's worked through a lot of challenges. I mean, they've gone from everywhere from saying he wouldn't be able to tie his shoes or ride a bike to I've seen him now through archery. I've seen him learn all the skills necessary to be safe, to be accurate, and to have a lot of fun. And he continues to grow as he's doing it. You know what I mean? When we're continuing to grow as a team, and he's learning how to get stuff done the right way. Now he's out to 17 yards and 35 pounds. So it's been exciting. Mike's been fantastic helping us out.
Pretty good for a young man. They told him wouldn't be able to tie his shoes.
This segment has been brought to you by the Victor Chevrolet Deal of the Week. Check them out at victorchevrolet.com. Chevrolet.com. Find new roads.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? Check out my friends at Victor Chevrolet. You'll be totally satisfied. That's where I get all my vehicles.
The
Oasis helps veterans learn how to have fun again. Relax, there's no stress here. And whether that's with our sailing program when we get them out in boats, or whether that's here at Heritage and we're having them run and do the 3D shoot outside, or that's through our golf program or our horsemanship program, we have just incredible opportunities for all the veterans that are coming through.
We have Heritage Heroes, which is our veterans program, where we can re-assimilate the veterans back into a social way of life, where they're not stuck in a corner and they're not medicated. So they come in and they socialize. We drink some coffee, we may build a fire outside. So the aspect of this philosophy, as far as changing lives one boat at a time, is not just about archery again, but it's driven to help people re-assimilate, to get more active in the community.
The spring of 2010, we started the Oasis Archery program. Archery gives the veteran an opportunity to be challenged. Number two, it gives them an opportunity to have instruction that helps them meet those challenges. And then number three, and probably the most important part, which takes a lot more time, it begins to give them a mental easiness. These individuals need an opportunity to take control of their life. Archery can help them do that.
The biggest thing that Mike offers here is a community, and it's for them to be a part of something. Because that's one thing that you have in the military, is you have your brothers and your sisters standing right next to you and you're working with them, 8, 10, 12, 16 hours a day, and you get out and it's, what do we have now? And that's what Mike offers here, is a way to kind of reintegrate into a smaller community. And you're able to start talking and communicating and building relationships again, which is very important. And Mike allows that and facilitates a lot of that. So whether we're having a pig roast at the end, or we're in the first day of the academy, it's always fun to see that transition and how they grow over the course of that 8, 12, even 16-week course.
One of our goals when we got Wyatt the bow for Christmas that year was he was kind of at that middle school age where they just want to play video games and kind of be solitude with themselves. And our goal with the bow was to kind of, unite as a family and do stuff as a family. So once we started doing some of the archery competitions, we got to be very close with some of the families here, and there's nothing that we don't do as a family. I can't speak for Todd, but I'm sure he feels the same way as I do. It's such a rush to go watch these guys stand next to pros and shoot, and just go and meet other people like in other states that they would have never had that opportunity prior to coming and shooting that one time with Mike.
I wouldn't have known that I would have liked archery when I came out here, but when I came out I met all the people and everybody out here at Heritage, and I just felt like family. It wasn't even a week and I felt comfortable enough to talk to everybody about whatever I needed to talk about. It was just somewhere where I could always be safe and not have to worry about anything. Just the bond that has been created between everybody here. Doesn't matter how you fit in at school, everybody here is united as a family.
We become a center of family members. We call them our archery family. And we are going to see it grow to something special. Seeing the success that we've had, changing the lives of young men and women, and to be honest, their parents, and we've changed whole families.
Everybody gets a chance here, you know what I mean? Nobody gets put aside. We all shoot. You know what I mean? We all take turns and we all shoot, and that's what I like, here. There's never a bad day shooting the bow. Yeah. You know what I mean? Have a lot of fun.
Although Bob completed his obsession quest taking over 80 animals with a rifle, His first love has always been bow hunting. He's teamed up with longtime friend and archery coach Mike Price to help make you a better bow shot.
See, now that third finger's way in front of that crease.
Yep.
And your hand stretched out and it didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So as you're moving back, what's going to happen is you're going to be looking through the top of your peep and some of your shots are going to go high.
Yeah.
As you can move back and forth.
So there you have it, folks. Whether you're getting ready for Vegas or whether you're getting ready for your next hunt or you're just a beginner just wanting to start out right and getting the right coaching, give Mike Price a try. You won't be sorry.
And we can help you, you know, high-end tournament. Real proud to have my son Lewis shooting on the pro ranks and doing real well with all the shooters from across the world, not just across the nation. And we can take you to that next level. And the reason the video works so well, because you can take snapshots, I can try to remember what you look like when you shot, but it's not just looking at your geometry, it's looking at your reaction. It's looking at him dynamically as his hands started to come off his face. All that stuff changes your impact point. You want to be stoic and you want to set. So video from 5 or 6 angles like we're doing, we can catch everything all at one time and we really can help you. This is a system I still haven't perfected, but we've been using it since, I guess, 2005 when I built the first system. But this system can take you to be the best hunter you want to be or the best tournament archer you can be. We can really help you in this.
If you come in for a lesson or just get in front of the machine to see what you're doing wrong, just remember, we can only correct one problem at a time. So it may take you 2 or 3 times to you know, get it perfected, but take an old dog like me, it takes sometimes a lot of the hard lessons in watching the video. The video, I can't deny the video. The video tells me exactly what he's talking about that I'm doing wrong. My hand came off my face. And for me, it's one shot at a trophy animal, you know? And you guys work hard for that, you know, that one shot, no matter what it is, whether it's your first time doe or your biggest buck in a lifetime. This system can definitely help you get ready for that fall shot. Well, there you go, folks. I don't care whether you're a world-class archer like Lewis Price getting ready for Vegas or whether you're an old pro like myself, hunter, getting ready for my next hunt, or a novice, or somebody that's just first-time shooter. Stop in and see Mike and Louie Price, because I guarantee you they can help you no matter what level you are. And while you're at it, tell them Bob Folkrod sent you.
For help with all of your hunt booking needs, contact J&M Safaris at jnmsafaris.com. After your successful hunt of a lifetime, contact Wes Good at CanadiStudio.com for the finest taxidermy in the business. Be sure to follow Bob and all his adventures at bobfolkrod.com/TV and facebook.com/bfolkrod. And don't forget to hit the like button.